have, of course, Garda facing off against Hype. First map will be Coliseum, capture the flag, followed by Plaza, Team Slayer, and if necessary, by the beard of Zeus, I hope it happens, Empire Strongholds could be your third and final game if we get to that point. Players are now loading up into the game. Capture the flag on Coliseum. Of course, look for players to prioritize that rocket as soon as things start up. And when it is available, the sniper. We'll see what will come of this in just a little bit. Time to get into the game. We're kicking it off with Matthew from Garda. He's going to the snipe. And I actually do agree with this, right? Not going to get right in the face of the enemy team. And he does get sniped right away. Can he get out of there is a question. Tries to go for that body shot, not going to connect.
All right, and let's hop on board with Nathan Moore, who's picked up the rockets. They easily picked up the rockets here. He fought a one-on-one battle. Didn't get too much tension over there. Wasn't really contested by anyone, so now he's getting ready to move into the base. Misses a rocket here, misses 2 rockets, but he's got his teammate there. Good teamwork right there. Even though he missed 2 rockets, they're going to start moving this flag here. There's 1 down on blue team. I think it's about to make it 2 down on blue, but these guys are making the flag across snipe area.
You see pushing down
players
the bottom,
flanking over to try and get a flag grab, but you know what? Garda's like, you know what? We're here at the base. We're going to guard this, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick this up and make an early 1-0.
Good flag run there from Nathan Moore and Garda as they detected that spawn perfectly. Now, of course, they have to follow up. Player's going to be inside of the base, but it's going to be easy pickings, though, for Nathan Moore. And you know that I think that run was phenomenal, right? Because he had clear eyes on it. Nate, you know, he decided, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just nade down at the sneaky, just make sure no one's in that spot, right? I think overall, or right in that red sneaky spot, which was on blue on the other side, that was like a really smart heads-up play, just in case of emergency, in case anyone was there. But those spawns happened on the elbow, thus forcing those players to have to push forward. Now, though, Hype, they're going to be all over this red base, and a DMR playing from a distance could cause quite a lot of damage here, especially considering one player is going to be pushing up in red cave. But he does not get the kill. That was going to be Tails, and those are the kills that you need. Human now has to back up because he has his snipe, and he has to defend his flag. 1 shot, absolute, trying to get away.
Yeah, I liked what Human did right there. He just stayed alive. He moved back. You know what? He's not getting any kills. He picks up a kill right here, but this stops Garda from getting a flag cap. He's able to stay alive while his team, you know, should have picked up a kill.
Nice.
And picks up a nice sniper shot right there. Going for the no-scope. Not able to connect there. Let's hop on board with Goose Time, who has rockets.
Rockets watching the flag. Now, he can get on this flag, but you know what? If 2 players decide to push up on it, that's a potential double kill. You're looking at a guaranteed kill with the Rockets, but he now has to worry. I don't know about that play 100%. I mean, I get what he was trying to go for, but I think in that situation, you kind of just want to get on the flag and just return it as soon as you possibly can. But I could be wrong about that one. Flagged over regardless, is still going to go back to the base.
No, I think he played that well. I mean, he's trying to just pick up
a
bait kill. Although he did lose rockets, let's hop on board with Human, who now has rockets and sniper. Trying to go for a no-scope there, not able to connect. But you see Hype Gaming, they're actually controlling the snipe area now. Picking up a couple kills here. They just need to start moving that flag, and you see they're trying to, but they need to bring it out towards the snipe side. He took it up bridge, and if he would have just brought it over to the cave, over to sniper, he would have been able to make an easier run there without getting contested so much.
Typically, you want to take that over to your teammate as quickly as you possibly can. One player is going to be below Matthew, though, and Solace. Trying to go for that ground pound. Both players charged for the ground pound there. Don't know if it was necessary, but still they were able to get that kill. So they push forward and continue to get aggressive inside of the cave here, looking to just stop this player who is made a home in the corner. There he is, going to be Human, goes in for the melee. Now they need to be cautious about that spawn that's going to pop up on elbow, but players behind him, though, not much. Can he overcome this? No, he cannot. Did not get a chance to turn on him. Back over to Goose Time here with the BR by Blue Sneaky. What is he going to do?
Yeah, Hype Gaming is doing a nice job at staying alive at their base when they're down to 1 or 2 guys, and that's actually what they were talking about before the match when I spoke to them. once there's a couple dead, you don't want to try and get a few kills. You want to stay alive and let the other team overextend to you. So they're doing a great job at controlling Sniper, and when they lose it, they kind of back up and let the other team overextend, pick up a kill or two. Now their whole team's alive, and they make a push.
Well, let's also think about that snipe play as well. Rockets, though, in the possession of the red team, Garda, as Matthew looks to push this one up. But, you know, you think about that snipe play, right, when he had it on top mid, instead, or by green area by snipe. Instead of him, like, continuing to hold his post and challenge on snipe, nice double kill there from Matthew. Unfortunately for him, he falls by the flag. I just want to say that, you know, those little things, right, those little plays actually do matter, because he came back, was able to still pick up a kill despite him dying, still was effective. That is some smart Halo, and we're starting to see these teams, I guess, evolve a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable in this situation here at the Gfinity Arena. But now flag's going to be pulled, but going right back for that mid push again, that mid pull, and now they're taking it over in a botched jump, though.
That was a brutal missed jump right there. He might have been able to get that up to the bridge, and if he got it up to the bridge, he had a couple teammates ready to help him out. And what I noticed you were going to say he was running out the bridge. In that situation, it was actually a good call to run it out to the bridge. He knew players were going to be spawning back in the flag and back in the cave. So if he ran it over to cave, there was no possible way he was going to make that run.
I could have sworn I saw someone by cave, by red cave. Or at least I thought so. I mean, either that or looking by red cave. But even then, though, I get what you're saying. It does make sense, right? In that situation, he made a judgment call, and he was going to go top mid, right? Which I thought was still a good run. I think the fault was just the boost. He kind of botched on the boost, so he drifted over to the side a little bit more.
I like
than he
this
expected.
play right here, making a flank. I think he got spotted. No, he didn't. Almost got ninja'd. But instead, it gets the... Actually, he didn't even get the kill yet, but so close to getting ninja'd. Hopefully he can pick this kill up, almost getting ground pounded. Is he going to be able to pick up this kill? He made such a good play, such a good flank, but he was unable to pick up this kill. If he would have got that kill, he could have probably started running the flag. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick up that clutch kill.
Ooh, and he's just getting pinned by two members of the red squad. Garda holding it down. Sniped though, back in the hands of Goose Time. Gets a headshot on Nath Moore. Rockets are going to be up as well. He needs to watch them like a hawk. They need those rockets. That would be a good opportunity for them to push forward. But if anyone pushes up on rockets, Goose Time has to come up clutch with that shot. Luckily for him, teammate's going to be there for the pick. One player charging, as a matter of fact, up top. Great shot, though, from Goose Time. Finds Matthew mid-air. Picks him off, or excuse me, Matthew, apologize, in midair. And another great shot on Nath Moore. Just, again, good shots all around. Goose Time doing his job with the sniper, and he has plenty more shots to spare.
And I think there's rockets down over in the fridge as well. Actually, yes, let's hop on board with Human, who's making a push over here with his teammate. Looks like they're going to try and go in for a flag grab. They have 5 minutes, but they need to work quick. Right there, you saw Nath Moore get picked off right there. That's a situation where he needs to stay alive. Human staying alive right here, waiting for his teammate, playing this perfect, just staying alive right here, trying to pick up a couple kills with rockets, gets a nice long-range kill with the rocket.
There's another
This is the time to make a push. You see Blake underneath trying to push in. They need to get some assistance from their other teammates across the map. Now is not the time to push in. Human needs to stay alive here. Wait for a teammate or two to push up. He's got teammates hiding in the, enemies hiding in the base right now. So they're gonna try and stay alive here. And if he can stay alive, wait for his teammates and get a flag pull. That would be ideal.
That caught him off guard, and he ends up dying. Oh man, that is unfortunate for Human. He just could not stay alive. That Spartan charge caught him off guard, but Goose Time is still putting in the work with the sniper rifle. The Flagnum, long range. He has Tails there for support. Drops the flag down.
All 4 down. They need to get this flag right now. They need to push this up.
Tails has the flag, but he's getting shot up though, and he has nowhere to go. He's trapped underneath, and he can't get out of there. He had the right idea going for that flag, but he did not have the momentum to go across the canyon there, and because of that, he fell down to the bottom. But regardless, so that, you know, Goose Time, that was such a good play out of him, getting those shots off, bringing it forward, taking it as far away from the enemy base as possibly could. Human with the kill. It's going to be 3 down, 4 down now for Garda. Could this be the opportunity that Hype Gaming was looking for now? But they keep taking it over to the sneaky spot, and they botched it again. You have to be so conscious of that.
Those few seconds make the biggest difference. Even though it seems so minute, 1 or 2 seconds changes everything.
Can't even go for it. He can't even go for it because the flag is in the splinter, but luckily his teammate was able to pick that one up. Snipe's going to be up. We have a tied game, folks, 1-1 as Hype puts it on the board.
And you see Goose Time picking up another sniper rifle. So they're doing a great job at controlling the power weapons right now. They made a great cap right there. They're controlling the snipe side of the map. You see Goose Time just hanging back, letting his teammates be the distraction, playing this like he needs to, by the books, just picking players off left and right. And you saw him earlier make the push up with Sniper and initiate that flag run.
Yeah.
He just needed a few teammates to help him out to put some pressure on the enemy team.
Those rockets popping up in 20 seconds here. Great shot, Goose Time, man. This kid has been on fire. 2 down for Garda as they're looking to make moves toward the red flag. Spawn should be coming up by the flag and also near the cave here. But another pick for Goose Time. Maybe he takes off another face. Yes, he does. Goose Time with the clutch plays, looking to pick up the T2 combo now. Rockets and Snipe and push inside of the base. Not sure how I feel about this, though, but luckily, he has teammates there for the assist. A Pucket Rocket went all the way up in the sky, but that's okay because he's still doing a good job, and he's patrolling that red cave. 2 players spawn out of there, but he ends up losing both power weapons as he advances further. Teammates are there to pick it up, though.
That's actually the other team.
Sorry, I
Matthew
apologize. You switched so quickly. Garda's there to pick it up.
I think they left the Rockets there, too.
No. Dogs has it. Dogs picked it up.
Dog Swallows on the flag right now with Rockets, trying to get a flag touch here, waiting for some teammates. He's fighting one-on-one. I like this play. He's just doing everything in his power to stay alive, just buying time for his team. You know, even though he died, they're not able to get a flag run. Matthew picking up a snipe kill across the map. He's allowing his team to gain some control on the map and make things less pressured on their side of the map.
But not you're Matthew, and you know that you're getting call-outs sent your way that they're pushing, from snipe side. Do you try and go for higher ground, or do you just continue to hang around? Nice shot from Matthew. I guess that kind of answers the question, though. Unfortunately for him, Goose Time's going to be there for a double kill. Man, this kid has had quite the game so far. And another kill for him. Looking to get the dubskis. Not going to happen, though. As Tails tries to bring this forward, he falls down by Blue Sneaky. Another player falls out. It's going to be Solace with the snipe on Human. And look at Solace as he continues to push forward. They want to stop this one. 27 seconds left on the clock. Is this going to be a flag pickup? Looking for one. He had to reload. He is able to get 1 kill. Can Nate's Moore come up clutch? No, he cannot. Human's the last player left alive for the blue team, and they managed to return the flag right back. I mean, folks, this has been a back and forth affair here between these 2 teams.
You know, I really think they probably should have had that flag cap. You saw him get a triple kill, and then the flag runner got picked off by that last guy. There needs to be better communication right there. There's 2 teammates that need to be watching the flag runner, need to be watching the spawns. When you get 3 down like that and you have the flag on bridge, that's pretty much a guaranteed cap. And you saw they kind of got stuck up on the bridge.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't able to finish it off there.
Good call out, by the way. Matthew must have gotten, but got players charging over on elbow, and blue team's going to try and hold this one off as Garda is pretty much in their face. We're in overtime rules here, folks. So it's basically going to be whoever captures the most flags within the allotted time will win the game. 2 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock, but this has been an intense matchup. They've captured a flag on Coliseum thus far.
Yeah, both teams right now not really getting any sense of control on the map. Just seems a bit chaotic right now. And if I was in their situation, I would be feeling the same exact way. But now you see Solus making a push into the base alongside Dog Swallows. Let's hop on board with him. He's trying to get a flag touch, get some team help right there, and he's going to start this flag run. He's taken down by a grenade. Let's hop on board with Nate Moore, who's going to probably put some shots down and cover his teammate Matt. And this is like the classic teamwork you need. You need someone watching the flag guy. Unfortunately, they're all taken down. And Goose Time running the flag, making the jump over. No botch this time. He's going in. It looks like they're going to be able to solidify this flag cap, and he makes it in, solidifying it to 2-1. They just need to hold them off for 1 minute and 30 seconds. You do not need to cap here. They honestly could play more defensive, but you want to keep up the pressure. Right there, I don't think that was a good move by that red player. You don't want to just fly in. You have 1 minute and 30.
Well, that's the thing I want to talk about, Strong Side, right? You saw that there. All the members of Garda charged after that flag, when it was loose. And sometimes there's just some flags you have to let go, right? If you're not going to get the flag, don't worry. You have time. You can get it again. You were in their base one time. You could do it one more. But it seems like Matthew's going to start this flagpole. An AR play, though, coming out of Tails as he's there for the stop. Now, looking for a potential return, and smart nade sending him down there. His teammate's there for the pickup, though, and he's going to go in for the ground pound, and he gets him, and he manages to make the kill happen, but he was one shot. That was a smart play there to just chase after it. Just unfortunately, there were so many members of Garda in attendance, but now Squashy, he is going to return that flag. 33 seconds left on the clock. Can Garda respond in time? I don't think that's going to be the case with how Hype have been playing, but Garda has gotten to the base a couple of times here, and this is exactly why. Matthew now in possession of the flag, but the flag has been taken on the other side, though.
This is a good run. This is a good run, but he's got to get back in time. There's only 10 seconds. They need to kill.
He could do it. He got the return. There's two players. Two players are out. He has to, oh, the flag! He gets around the corner. They have to return it now. Right now is the time to return it, and he gets it. Oh my goodness, it's a tie.
The last second. The absolute last second. What a play by...
A replay of game number 1. We are going to follow the guy who clutched it in that last match. And also I want to mention, huge shout out to Goose Time, man. Goose Time on Hype Gaming. This kid was disgusting with the sniper. Let's see if he does it again. But Matthew charging this one player on the jump up. He cannot stay alive. It's going to be Tails. Nath Moore, though, with the Rockets, has to get out of this one, though. He was taking quite a few shots, and his back is against the blue base. I'm not a fan of that one.
No,
he gets
not at all.
charge.
He could have just dipped down to bottom middle and stayed alive with those Rockets. Instead, he put himself into a situation where he could be seen from anywhere on the map.
Yeah,
and
he was pretty exposed with Rockets.
But now we're on board with Tails, who's got the sniper. Let's see if he can put some damage on the other team here and initiate this flag cap.
And I like the sneakiness as well that Hype they're bringing on this left side. Tails looking for the angle, so he can't quite find it just yet. He has Matthew on the flag right there. I believe that was going to be Human who pushes up on Red Sneaky, and then you have Goose Time who's getting aggressive underneath, but has to stay up, and he takes that sniper off of the map. And honestly, if he can't have it, no one can. I actually agree with that play as Goose Time continues to push forward, gets the kill with the pistol. His shot is so clean right here. Maybe they're going to be able to get this flagpole and stop the approach on the... Oh, he gets caught with that splinter nade, and now the run begins. And he saw that one red member right below him. He has to get out of dodge as quickly as he can, but he gets meleeed from behind on top mid.
Yeah, he honestly, you saw that guy on the radar. He should have turned around, at least got a beat down on that player. Instead, he just kept running it. He's probably a little bit nervous. Didn't check his radar
or maybe he thought he had a teammate there and was like, all right, I made the call out, so let me just run out as fast as I possibly can. But there's only so quickly you can run that flag. Am I right? Like it's hard to get away from that in that situation.
Well, even he may have been possibly able to run the flag over to elbow. All of his teammates were stacking by the elbow, and they were spawn killing them there. So kind of the route that he did take on top of that was a little questionable. Players were spawning by cave, and he was getting shot immediately once he made that run to the jump up.
But now Goose Time, Rockets on approaching actually the red elbow here. Of course, this area sees a lot of action. And of course, players bring it with sniper and, you know, however which they choose. And he ends up taking the flag with Rockets. There's 2 members down, though, for Garda, and he's looking around, but he gets caught off guard and loses the Rockets.
Yeah, I don't like that play right there. He should have at least kept running the flag, and he just stopped. He stopped. He was looking for the kill. He didn't necessarily need to stop. There was 2 players down. His entire team was alive. It was a 4-on-2. Yeah. He had flag and Rockets, and unfortunately was taken down. When you have those Rockets, you need to capitalize with them, and when you have the flag, you need to keep going.
Do you necessarily agree with the pull with Rockets?
Like, yeah, if you're in position, and you're the only one to get it, you need to pick up the flag because, yeah, you have Rockets. Yeah, it would be great to have another player on your team to be killing some enemies that are spawning up, but if you're in the spot to pick it up, I don't care what you have. If you have overshield, if you have sniper, if you have Rockets, you need to pick up that flag.
I asked that question because I've seen it quite a bit where players, you know, ask, okay, oh, he's getting assassinated. where players are like, you know, oh, you shouldn't waste rockets like that, or, you know, you have rockets prioritize getting the kills, and your teammates pick it up. I've seen numerous arguments brought up in the past. So I think that, you know, I do agree with you there, right? You want to make that flagpole. You have to do whatever's necessary to make the play happen. Squashy taking this back over, the sniper rifle. You know, I would love to see him drop that and give it to Goose Time, who has pretty much been on a tear. But Squashy, though, puts in some work with it. He has a lot of shots as well. Gets a body shot, gets the pistol pickup on Dogs, looking for another one, gets another body shot, and he's making the shots, right? He's making the shots that are annoying, you know? Like, when you get hit by a sniper, that stops all your progress. And, oh, player tries to charge him in here. Can he get... Oh, dirty shot there from Squashy. Unfortunately for him, Nath Moore was there for the immediate pickup. Falls right away, though. Goose Time falls as well. Solace now on the move. Nath Moore is going to be in the back of the base here. Dog Swallix, can he push up and make a play happen? He has those rockets, finds one, but can't do anything. Now the rockets sit inside of the blue base.
Yeah, there's players just dying left and right now. They want to get this flag cap or get the flag touch, but they're just not able to. There's kills going left and right, left and right. You know, Hype Gaming is actually doing a really good job at not allowing them to pick up a flag right here. And you've got Tails now with the sniper. They seem to like to have the sniper over in the cave. They just need a few of the other players from Hype to be a little bit more aggressive, put some pressure on Darga so the sniper can be put to use. And you see him making a push over here. Sees three guys, all four
and a
players right there
hands.
from Darga. Not able to do anything, but while that's happening, Goose Time picks up the rockets. He needs to stay alive here and stop this flag run. He's going to be able to pick up that kill right there. He's got a player spawning in cave. They can work together. It looks like they're going to be able to stop this flag run, and they need to get out of their base, though. You see, the Hype has really just been in their base. They had Sniper. They've just kept it in their base the entire time. And actually, there's a player across the map. If we could hop on board with him. Human is on the sniper. He picks up a kill, and unfortunately, he's taken down. If he was able to get it, that second kill, that might have been a flag cap for Hype.
Yeah, I'm looking actually. Solace has snipe for Garda, but Squashy has the flag, which is more important. This has been a grueling match of ground pound coming out of Solace there, and he manages to stay alive, but finally picked off by Squashy. Not until he gets dropped by those nades. Now, this is a flag cap here for Hype. Yes, they're going to put one through. Hype now draws first blood. We saw Garda do that in our first playthrough of this game. If you're just joining us, this is a second replay, or I should say a first replay. I apologize. Or a second time we're playing this one. Anyway, words are hard, and they have been battling it out. What a matchup we've had so far, if it's any indication as to how this series could potentially go. Flagpole now coming out of Garda, and Dog Swallix has the sniper looking at the blue flag, but he has no teammates there for the pick, and he whiffs on that shot, but he finally follows it up, though. Looking for another kill. Can't quite get it, but his teammate's there potentially for a kill of his own. As he drops down underneath, you just saw he got picked off there. They have to be cautious of a potential push, either from snipe or, of course, where he is right now, the elbow side, or maybe using this area as a higher vantage point. You get some pretty good sight lines here with the sniper.
Yeah, Garda's been doing a really good job with this sniper now, and we saw Hype not do so much with the sniper in the cave, but he's been able to pick up a lot of kills. His teammates are able to put some pressure on Hype and not allow them to even get a single shot on Dog Swallix. He's just carelessly just running around, just taking faces. And you see him kind of push back to the base. He thinks that there's a player behind him. It sounds like he may have gotten a call out from Matt, but pushing right back up. And even though they haven't been able to get a flag cap, they initiated a flag run earlier. They weren't able to connect, but he needs to just keep doing what he's doing.
Seems like you're all stacked on the blue side here. Blue team just playing it slow, and he has to be so careful. He loses the sniper, but he brings it over to the red side. So I mean, someone's going to be there for the pickup. Perhaps, I mean, you know, perhaps it's Matthew that goes for the sniper. I would like to see that. Goose Time, though, again, this guy has been on point in our first matchup here on Coliseum. Now he has the rockets, and he's looking to make some moves and get a second flag cap potentially. You know, and I like this, right? They're still keeping that aggression up. That's exactly what you had called for earlier, Strong Side. You said keep the aggression up even if you have the lead, even if you have the advantage. But he loses those rockets, and now you see that rocket snipe combo for Matthew.
Yeah, and you don't really want to lose rockets in a situation like that. When you've got the lead, just honestly, you can go for kills. Hitting a dirty snapshot right there, getting the big game hunter. Unfortunately, he's taken down. He used all the rocket ammo, and that's a good play by him. They need to be pushing up a little bit more. Hyped is doing a really good job at just, like you said, they're putting pressure. They're putting pressure, and even though they're dying, they're not dying on their side of the map right now. They're dying on the middle and on Hype side of the map. So, but let's see how long that can work out for them. Garda seems to be adjusting to how they're playing, and it looks like they've got 3 players in the base right now looking to get a flag pull. We've got Dog Swallows up on bridge. Matthew trying to get a pull. Actually, it's not going to look like they're going to be able to get this one. 2 players were taken down, and they're just doing a really good job. Hype is defending their base incredibly well.
It also seems like a little bit of misinformation. Oh wow, Matthew just absolutely shredded human there. Oh man, Matthew, what is going on right now? Looking for another one, but his teammates there, Nate, for the pickup. Sniper's going to be down. He can't win that one. And one thing I was just noting was like a little uncoordinated over there, right, with those flag pulls. Now Squashy has it.
They're about to cap their 2nd flag. We didn't even notice Squashy running a sneaky flag run. Incredible run right there by Squashy.
I just want to note, like, that's the thing I've noticed from Garda. They're in their base, but they got to coordinate on where they're pushing, where they're getting those kills from, because you're blocking that spawn on the cave side. You know that they're going to be popping up either underneath in courtyard or over by the elbow, and they were just not watching that. And now the flag has been pulled again by Squashy. This could be the energy that Hype needed, but a clutch rocket coming out of Matthew is going to be there for the stop. Can they make the return, though, is the question. Looking around, of course, folks, they have to be mindful of where those spawns could be coming from. You see 2 players popping up on that cave side now. Has the flag returned back to the base? I think it has not.
It has just returned.
It just returned.
Just returned. And back to Matthew. Matthew had some crazy snipe kills, very clutch kills, but he did overextend in the base because he was trying to get a flag grab. And you see them, I think all the players on Garda right now, they're just kind of overextending a little too much because they're worried that they're not going to be able to get these caps. And yes, they need to put pressure on. Yes, they need to get a flag cap now, but you still need to work together and stay alive. You can't be trying to pull off too many crazy snipes and too many crazy plays. But they have a minute left. They really need to get a flag moving right now.
Yeah, they have to do something here. Just under a minute now as we cross that mark. Only in seconds territory here. But the 3rd and final flag could be pulled here by Goose Time as he looks to bring this forward to the snipe area. He has a member of the red team, Solace, there for the stop. Flagnum will not be there to stop it, though. Luckily for him, the blue spawn is where they're coming from, so they'll be able to pick off that player right away and go after that flag. Here comes Tails. Maybe with the juggle, he has teammates off the spawn. They have to be mindful that they're spawning there, which means they're charging them from the left side, and that flag has been away as well, so they have to return that one here, and this could very well be GG. Squashy's going to go for it. Look at that, though, just popping out of the grass. We're actually 2 members of the red team, but it won't matter because Hype Gaming puts it down, and what a matchup we just witnessed. That One Gaming potent matchup yesterday, too, on Coliseum CTF was also really intense. So they were both really good games. I mean, but Coliseum CTF, man, I said it, Coliseum's a great map. Love it.
Definitely one of the best game types we have.
Here we go, folks. Team Slayer on Plaza. Will Hype go up 2-0, or will Garda force a Game 3? Here we go.
We're going to hop on board with Squashy, MVP of the squad from the last match. Let's see what he's going to do. It looks like he's heading straight for the overshield. Actually going to give cover. Nice play by these guys. A lot of times you'll see players just run straight for it. Overshield's burnt, doesn't matter. It's better not to let anybody have it than allowing the enemy team to get it. So actually Squashy's in my favorite position on the map. Unfortunately, he's taken down. That's a really good power position on the map. You're able to get a lot of good sight lines and have a look into Garden as well from that position.
Yeah, especially if you could take like a light rifle or a BR up there, you are in a great spot. It's a good power position to have. Not one I would like to hold with a sniper, but hey, you know, whatever tickles your fancy. Let's see here, lining up the shot. Sometimes, man, just bust out the BR and get those kills, you know. But I understand what he was trying to go for. You know, Goose Time, he's been playing well. He's my player, as a matter of fact, that I've been enjoying to watch, especially in that first CTF matchup. He was playing so unbelievably well and composed They were really holding it together nicely. But a great shot from Goose Time. Hits that body shot on Matthew. Looking for another one on Nath Moore. Goes for the reload, though. Could have had the triple, potentially, but chose to play the safe route. And he knows that one player is going to be hanging out over by that catwalk up top. And he gets him immediately as he pokes out. Looking for another one. Goose Time is on a roll here. The killing spree comes out from the Goose. And he now wants to look for more blood as the players spawn on the yellow side.
You know, this was an interesting play by their entire team. They had the sniper over in Garden, transferred it over to Flowers, then into Cinema. It was just an entire rotation all the way around the map, and now they have sniper, or excuse me, now they have sniper by Cinema. But they just pretty much did a big circle with the sniper as a team, and Goose Time with another headshot. Now this is gonna be the determining factor. Can Darga break this setup? They were talking about this early before the match. If they can work together to break this setup, we've got an overshield coming up right now. They need to make a push right now and get this overshield. They do not want Hype to get it.
No, Hype is definitely going to get that OS, though. But they might lose Sniper because they were too focused on that OS. And you know what? That's the thing. If they would have gotten that kill on Goose, I would have said that's a pretty good play, right? To stop Goose there and then, you know, put that pressure on him and potentially drain the shields of the overshield player. Like, you know, well timed, I would say, right? I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, that was actually well done.
Yeah, and actually, let's hop on board with Dog Swallux, and you see he's just causing a distraction, just running around the middle of the map, making it a little chaotic for Hype there, and just taking the attention. He gets to the guy to drop off ledge. That's a big play. Even though he wasn't able to get any kills, his teammates need to kind of push up there and help him out. Goose Time runs out of sniper. Let's hop on board with him again as he's about to pick up the next sniper rifle.
And look at that. He's held that gun for so long here. Now he has a new set of clips to do work with the sniper rifle. He certainly has been a huge contributor to this lead that Hype Gaming has here. And in that annoying spot, oh, he makes him waste the bullet there. Good. that was the luck of the Irish there, man, because he could have realistically gotten his face taken off.
Let's look over at Tails real quick. He's watching Cinema Stairs. This is a perfect spot, allowing Goose Time to just kind of do his thing. And actually, you see a guy coming up on Tails right now. Drops down. Is he going to ninja? Not able to connect. Is not able to pick up that kill. Let's hop on board with Goose Time, who's probably going to be trying to pick up these kills. But Goose Time just doing a good job at staying alive over here. They've really got a good setup. Hype, unfortunately, had a player or two go down, but they still have a lot of control. They're up 24-13, and they're not getting too flustered here. It just seems really laid back for them. They're hanging back. Overshield's going to be coming up here in about 10 seconds, and you saw this same exact setup last time. Goose Time brought the sniper over, picking up a headshot. He knows players are flanking. He's going to check over here, see if he can pick up a kill, give some cover to his teammate. And it looks like, I think Spen is going to pick up the next overshield, if I'm mistaken. Yep, a human. Let's hop on board with him real quick as he's making a push over to help his teammate in the cafe.
He wants to get aggressive here, and I think he got the call that the spawn was going to be over on the far right. Ends up identifying one. And, you know, just I think the way that they've been playing Cinema Stairs, you know, and just Cinema in general has been really just telling, right? Garda just have no answer. And when you have that sniper and OS control like that, because traditionally, you know, you would see players just hold sniper in this area because if you're able to time that OS, it's a pretty quick, you know, run for you to get it, right? As opposed to holding blue side where you're exposing yourself to so much activity on the right side of the map, especially if players are holding down light rifle. So I think that there's just a lot of good tells here from Hype. Their control has certainly been one to admire. And, you know, I think that loss from yesterday definitely rattled them in the correct way. Wow, just Goose Time, man. This guy has been an all-star looking for the headshot here. Does he nail it? No, he doesn't.
Incredible flank. I think that was Matthew that made that incredible flank, and we were just talking about that earlier in the match. They need a player to just flank through bottom middle, and he was unseen bottom middle and snuck up behind Goose Time and was able to get that kill. And now it looks like the tide's turning here. It looks like they're going to be trying to get control of the Cinema now. We've got Overshield coming up in about 30 seconds. If they can get this set up, I know they're down by a lot. It's going to have to be a big swing, but there's still anything could happen here if they get control of the Overshield and snipe.
Got to give that snipe to either Matthew or maybe Solace. We saw what they were capable of doing with that before. They're starting to get those kills now, looking for a double. Oh, it actually gets two there. It's going to be 3 down, and they're down by 18 here. Question is it too little, too late? They need to have a run with this sniper. All these shots need to count, and there cannot be any dumb deaths at this point.
Overshield's coming up. It looks like they're in place for this as well. It looks like Solus or Matthew is going to be trying to pick this up.
Nice shot. Nice shot from Nath Moore. Finds one, but the OS gets picked up again by the blue team. Hype Gaming have owned the overshield for each cycle. You just cannot allow that to happen, especially if you're holding that sniper spot there by Cinema. That is so difficult to, to kind of like have to accept that, Hype Gaming have owned that overshield on bridge every single time, and they're right back to their comfort zone, right back to Goose Time, having to snipe again. They only need 8 kills, and this will very well be Garda's run in this tournament.
Yeah, and their setup has just been impeccable right here. Goose Time back in his spot. You've got a player up on the ledge, and then you've got players over by the cafe. They're really locking down every single area and every lane that Darga is trying to push from. Goose Time looking to pick up a few more headshots here before the game's over. 43-25. It's not looking good for Darga right now. You've got another player trying to sneak up on Goose Time again. Goose Time's going to fall back down, just waiting for a teammate, it looks like. Gets a little bit of help. Is he going to be able to pick that up? Yes, he's going to take down Matthew again, and looks like he's going for another no-scope. 46 now to 27. He's just going on a terror this game.
Dude, his
with
sniper is phenomenal. I mean, he misses 2 there, but regardless, he's been doing the work that's been necessary with that gun. And his pistol shot, too, has been on point. Again, I mentioned in that first CTF game, he was one of the players that were playmakers that gave him those 2 flags that they were able to potentially win that game with. Now only 3 kills away, and Hype Gaming will be moving on to the next round. Let's see if this is going to be the case. Matthew, though, with the sniper. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock. He only has 1 shot left with this gun. And oh, man, just getting capped there a little bit. Have to be so careful. And they're just waiting it out because they know that that Garda have to make a move, right? They know that, Hype, they have no reason to get aggressive. They can give up dumb deaths because they can sacrifice. And there you have it, folks. The 50th kill.
Holds again. There hasn't been very many map 3s throughout this whole tournament.
Regardless, the best of 3 layout we have right here is just such a diverse set of game types.
Yeah.
Like Colossus CTF or Coliseum CTF is just, just this back and forth. You noticed that so many times during that last series where we would see just great counter caps from someone like from Goose, and I don't know, just great plays all around. But I will stop boring you with that, and we're gonna jump on with Flexi Shot, who Onset thinks is this Firestarter, maybe the ignition of their squad, but not quite so as he's taken down, and we'll jump on with Chris feedback. Tell me what he's doing.
Well, he's just sitting on top here. He's going to be able to pick up a kill, and it's really just on about just trying to get control of those power weapons, isn't it? That's all they need to do, try and bat things off.
And it is grabbing these power weapons, but the most important part right there is that he's going for that Snipe 3 bridge. Now, he's eventually backed down and killed right in the situation, but the important part about that is from that Snipe bridge, you can watch rockets, you can watch Sniper, and pretty much help control the entire map. So even though Crispy Beck himself was not grabbing those rockets or grabbing the Sniper, he was setting his teammates up in perfect position to get it. And as you can see right now, Lindis has the rockets over at that Snipe bridge.
Yeah, he's going to get the pistol kill there, and he does actually still have a rocket available. Both teams just sort of feeling each other out at the moment. Not going to get a kill with the second one. That wasted a little bit. He is going to go against Epi. He's going to get taken down by Illusion, actually, in the end. So they are trying to push it forward for that flag on board now with Epi just trying to get some shots off with the sniper. He has plenty of bullets left as well. This is a really, really good push by Team Ambition. They're looking to try and get a hold of this flag. Sorry, they're defending their own flag at this moment in time, just trying to hold things down, and then they're going to push on themselves.
Yeah, and Epi's doing a really good job of having out his sniper at the correct times and having out his BR at the correct times. It's just such a difficult angle sometimes when you're sitting right on your flag and someone's pushing up right over that at like the fountain ramp. And sometimes it's really tough to get that exact angle down, so he decides to smartly pull out his BR and back down. But to be godly, ends up getting that kill eventually and already has his flag back at his base. I want to see who pulled it on the opposing side, though.
It hasn't quite been put in there. Both teams did actually have the flag away. It did get returned. Is it actually going to go in? I don't think it is. in the end there, and it has actually been pulled away there by Ambition. Oster's Illusion is pushing on now with this. It's looking pretty good for them. They got a couple of kills down as well. Their flag is at home, so he just needs to put this one in, and they will go 1-0 up. Let's see if he can do it here, Walsh.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got this flag cap. And I was just still confused as to where he even had that flag in the beginning, because I did see him get that second pull, it looked like, and ran it over towards Fountain, but I did not see the initial pull and where they ran that flag. So Ambition doing a really good job of showing how to use offense as the best defense, because even though their flag was pulled early on, they just opted to go for a flag pull instead of a flag stop.
It's one of those things where you are pushing over the flag, you've got it close to your base. Reform looked pretty good for a flag, and just that little moment at the end there where they couldn't put it in time, and it gets flipped around and they go 1-0 down. Rockets have been picked up nice by Austin's Illusion, taking down 2B. Godly on board with him still.
Now, Austin's Illusion needs to push out of his base with these rockets. Now, there are obviously the two main power weapons on this map. He needs to also not shoot his teammates with those rockets. So, not the best use of rockets, but the whole point I was going to say was, with the two power weapons on this map, you have Sniper and you have Rockets. Now, with Sniper, you want to have on your side of the map, because you can pick off people from long range, you can do damage, getting spawn kills. The reverse, though, where Rockets, you want to push up on the opposite side of the map, because the whole point is, if you die with Sniper on your side of the map, the opponents can't use it that punishingly on you. They can't just spawn snipe you as easily from your flag. Whereas if you die with Rockets on your own flag, you are begging for the opponents to get some sort of flag capture, because you basically set them up perfectly. You said, hey, guess what? Here's the best ultimate close range weapon, and here it is right next to our flag.
Well, it almost sounds like you know what you're talking about, if anything. So on board with Flexi Shot at the moment, he's got the flag in hand. And he should be able to deliver this one home. Lindes goes down, and this is looking good for Team Ambition. They could put this one up 2-0, but actually the flag is away, so they're not going to be able to do that quite yet. They're going to have to get that one returned. Flexi Shot with a pistol in hand. They know exactly where they are. He's taking a lot of shots as well. Does manage to survive it.
And I like that play. So what he did was, after he was spotted with the flag, he dropped it for that split second. Because as you know, when you're spotted with the flag, you have that icon just immediately over your head, letting the opponent know your every exact move. So even though he dropped the flag for that second, that should take over that would take off the spotting feature.
Oh, he's been taken down though by Colossal.
Be taken down exactly as easily.
Coming down with the rocket launcher. Is he actually going to be able to pick this one up? He does pick up the kill, but did go down to Ebby, who should be able to contest that one. He's not going to get quite returned there. Both flags are away. A little bit of a stalemate between these two teams, but Ambition definitely looking the stronger. They seem to be the guys that are getting a hold of all the power weapons, and they're really holding fast here. Crispy Beck, perfect shot with the BR though onto Collision. Is that going to ignite the flame for Reform to push in and try and get a hold of that flag? A couple of kills going to go down. This is really important that EP wins that fight. Great shots there. They're going to be able to defend it as well, and they're going to have one more guy pushing, but he has been taken down.
I'm still concerned about Ambition in this position, though. They've had Rockets, they've had Sniper, and they still seem to be on the back foot. For the first time, we now see someone from Ambition pushing across the map, but Jacob Collision was actually taken down already. So I almost got to feel like Ambition's maybe playing this a little too passive, or they got to change up something, because as of now, what they're doing is not working. They're on the back foot when they have all the power weapons. Look at that, just taken out immediately. Epi should be able to put up a bigger fight than that when he has that advantage.
It's almost like you should be taking the fight to them if you've got all the power weapons at the end of the day. But Lindes is going to come in there, pick up a double kill. That's going to be bad news for Team Ambition, who are going to try and hold on this flag. Is it going to get returned? They have managed to keep a hold of it. So Ambition really defending very, very well there. But at the same time, as you said, they seem to have the cards in their pocket to do something with it, but they just seem to be sitting back. He does have that sniper. Is he going to be able to do anything with it?
Yeah, and I like this play by Austin's Illusion. It's fine that the sniper sits back and does some damage. However, the other 2 or 3 members of the squad, I would say the other 2 members of the squad, need to make some sort of move. And it just seems like time and time again, they're either losing their pistol battles or losing those BR fights, because we just keep seeing these X across the map. And a lot of times they're not even across the map. They're not getting out of their base. I haven't seen somebody across the 50-yard line since 60 or 70 seconds ago.
Yeah, you know, I know they're in the lead, but come on. I mean, I think it's like one of those things where you need a 1-0 lead is nothing. Oh, is it going to get returned there by Flexi Shot? He's getting around the back. He has returned the flag, and is that going to be 2-0 now? Yes, it is. Ambition. As soon as we said it, that they hadn't pushed anyone forward, they went and did it. And
Flexi Shot did a great job as doing a great flank, going down, getting that scatter shot, and completely sneaking around. It seemed like Reform got a little too comfortable. They were just saying, oh, guess what? We are always putting the pressure on them. Let's push this forward. And I like that play by Flexi Shot. Not only getting the kill, not getting the flag return, but also runs the counter cap for the 3rd and final capture. I know it would have been a tie game, but 2-cap play because of Flexi Shot.
Huge. Absolutely huge out Flexi Shot. But now we are going to move on to Team Slayer on Plaza. I really like this map. Of course, we have said it's about giving the room for your sniper to express what it can do with it, and let's see who's going to get a hold of it. One of those teams. We haven't really seen too much sniping in the previous map. It didn't last too long in the end, and we didn't really see too much from either team. So let's see how this one starts off. We're going to go on board with 2B Godly as the rush for the overshield comes in straight off the back here. On board with 2B Godly, he's going to be able to pick up a kill. Flexi Shot's going to be able to get the first one. Crispy Beck does answer back the overshield. Who did it go to?
I think it was burned. And majority of these situations, you see, if you don't see that overshield immediately, you can almost just assume that it was burned, because a lot of players and a lot of teams, they, you know, there's so much strategy that goes into these starting plays where it's like, all right, where should we throw our grenades, or where should we focus on shooting? And Lindez ripping off a face for the second kill. But yeah, a lot of teams sometimes opt for, hey, guess what? We are going to sprint for as fast as possible. Worst case, I will burn it. Best case, somehow they're not watching early enough. And those are some great grenades.
Down.
I did not see how he got taken off so quickly, but we will jump on with, I see just death all on the Reform side. So Colossus, who has the sniper, or Colossal, I should say.
He's done well to stay alive. Actually, he does have a lot of pressure put on him, and that's Illusion. And it seems to have Ambition have done that really well. Illusion picks up a double as well, so let's see what Jacob Collinson, you could have just made a gamer tag instead of calling your name, but anyway, on board with him at the moment. Shots being fired.
Who would make their gamer tag something a part of their name? Get an original,
God
buddy.
damn it, yeah, no, what is he thinking? Anyway, on board with Jacob Collinson, as said, Ref Colossal comes in there with a triple actually in the end there, so he's really trying to open things up for his team Reformed. 12-9 is the score. Good clean up by him, and 13-9 now. They're starting to get a little bit of a lead here.
And I guess I can't be too surprised with this. It's even though that last game was a 3-0 victory for, or not in Reform's favor, but the whole point being is they went even in slays. They know they can go toe-to-toe with them when they're just fighting battles. It just seemed to be the outplays in the objective end that ended with their loss.
Well, on board with Crispy right now, seeing what he can scout out with his sniper. Hasn't been able to pick any lines where he can get a shot away. They are currently in the lead, so Reformed can dictate the pace of this game. Let's see what he can do. The shot's not going to come in there from there, and it is actually going to be Illusions putting the shots in. And that's going to put Crispy Beck under a lot of pressure here. He does have his teammates here, 2B Godly. He does pick up a kill onto Epi. Crispy Beck is in a lot of trouble at the moment. His shields are all but down. Still does have that sniper. Can his team protect him?
Yes, they've been doing an incredible job protecting him, because what happens in a lot of cases is as soon as that sniper takes so much damage, the other team is just going to collapse immediately. So Ambition did a great job of putting in so many shots on Crispy Beck, eventually pushing in. I believe I see Overshield in the hands of Austin's Illusion, and not just the Overshield, he also has the sniper. My guess is that Overshield was picked up at about the 9:45 mark, and for those new to the game, Overshield comes up 2 minutes after you pick it up last. So we'll try to keep track of this time and look at about the 7:45 mark for a huge battle going on top center.
We'll keep an eye on that, but it is still Reformed in the lead. At the end of the day, you know, they didn't have too bad of a capture of the flag game. I said that the score really did humble Ambitions 3-0, but at the same time, big shots by Illusion there actually get the sniper kill, so they are just trying to get themselves back into this one. He does get the hit there, and is he going to be able to pick up the kill? Flexi Shot does go with that one. The sniper rifle is going to be respawning very, very soon, so they are controlling the area at the right time. They get that once again, so full ammo. And as I said, we are going to be keeping an eye out for around 7 minutes 45, so in about a minute time, where the teams are going to lock down for that overshield, but things are all tied up 19-19. Just a lead taken by Ambitions by the first time as Illusion picks up the double with a sniper. Great work by him. Is he going to be able to pick up another as well? Not quite. But good work by Team Ambition. They were behind for a long time in this game. They've just taken the lead.
One of the most unique parts about the sniper rifle on Plaza is that the spot it spawns is arguably one of the best spots to snipe from. Because you can look over at Cafe, and you're on level ground with players coming out of Cafe to line up easy headshots. Same for someone coming out of Light Rifle. There are just a couple different locations that players can come over and challenge you, where they actually get some sort of ramp or some sort of deviation of their height to throw off the sniper. So like that'd be like the cinema stairs where Austin's nearby, or the sniper ramp, which is in front of him directly right now. The whole point of sniping, in a lot of cases, these players are able to just kind of like line up at head level and take the shot when they have, you know, the perfect opportunity. And you'd be surprised how many times they, you know, get even snapshots cross map in those situations. However, when they're, you know, confronted with a situation where someone can go over the ramp, and here's that 745 OS. Looks like his teammates, and that was Epi, I believe. Yep, Epi was able to pick up that 745 OS. Next to us would be at 545. But point being is, when you're going up against a sniper, if you can change your elevation, whether that means if you're on level ground, ducking every once in a while to avoid that possible headshot, snapshot, or you know, using some sort of ramp, like coming up these cinema stairs, is a very difficult fight for a sniper compared to being on level ground.
Yeah, so basically when you're sniping it, the verticality is something that's an issue.
Verticality is the biggest issue for a sniper.
Okay, well, on board with Austin's illusions. He's not having too many problems with verticality at the moment. He has picked up a lot of kills and hasn't died in a long time. We did see him just get the one body shot there previously, not being able to pick up the kill, but is he going to be able to get another one on the other side of the map yet?
Yeah, and I like the positioning here from Ambition. I feel like they could push even all the way over into Cafe and, you know, back down the ramp if need be to Austin's illusion. But right there were the 2 picks that they got. Reform has 2 down. They should be pushing for the sniper. This was the exact opportunity they needed, and I'm not sure if they're taking advantage of it yet.
Oh, they haven't, unfortunately, and Ambitions have been able to hold it. Crispy Beck does take down Illusion, and the second one on the flexi shot as well. Is he going to be able to pick up another? Not quite. But here we go, Reform. They have control of the area they need to. Now the sniper rifle is there. The Colossal to pick up. Can this be their path back into the game?
Absolutely. They were down by 8, now only down by 4, and they have the sniper control. Colossal is going to see what he can do to keep control of this map, and I like this rotation. If you're uncertain, feel free to relocate. Most players are going to assume the sniper is in the last position that they saw it. So Colossal did not feel safe in that position, said, guess what? I'm going to move over to Cafe, and I'm going to surprise somebody over in Garden.
They get out real quick, and he has managed to stay alive as well with that sniper. Just looking for some picks as it does respawn. Is he going to be able to get the shots into Illusion there just about, but not going to be able to pick up the kill. Sniper does come out, not able to hit no scope. Not going to quite happen. Probably not going to be able to pick up that kill either. He's just going to move over, try and help his team out with the BR.
He's going to become the most important man in the world as he grabs this OS coming up any second now. You can see he's holding down the pickup button, says, give me that overshield, picks it up at 540, hits the snapshot, and is now only down by 2 kills. Colossal helping this team Reform get right back in this game.
Huge plays by Colossal there. He's in a lot of trouble, but he does have the overshield. He is going to make the kill onto Illusion there, and Reformed are coming back into this game. Is he going to be able to pick up another?
Here's another one of those situations where level ground is so easy to hit those snipes. I would love to see Colossal just stay there and watch that position. He could have his teammates watch light rifle spawn and watch, you know, cinema stairs. And right here, he can be basically a one-man wrecking crew. Anyone trying to go through that narrow hallway is going to get their face ripped right off.
Just to have a quick look as well, Crispy Beck has the sniper for Reformed as well, obviously the one that did respawn. So Crispy Beck picking up the perfect kill with the pistol as well. That's really going to help his team out. As Reformed have drawn things up now. This is backwards and forwards here, Walshy. Let's see what they can do to try and get a bit of a lead here. They do have the position to be able to do something with it. They are around cinema with this sniper. Just looking for the picks. As you said, the level ground. There comes the first one. He is going to get the shot onto Flexi shot. Is he going to be able to pick up another? He sees his teammate go down. This game is so close.
Just those level ground. I think a lot of these players from Ambition should know by now. If we're going around one of these open corners somewhere near Cafe or, you know, light rifle, at least like slide, at least thrust, do something to make sure you aren't giving this easy headshot to the Reformed snipers. We've seen this thematically throughout this entire match so far, where it seems like when Ambition have a sniper, they don't seem to be doing as much with it. Like, we noticed they were up by 8 kills and they had sniper, and look what happened. Reform were able to come back, get those kills, and actually make work with their sniper.
So Reform seems to be making more of the
sniper for sure.
Of the utilities that they have available to themselves. So let's see what they can do to continue this on. They are 2 points in the lead now. They did have a little bit of a lead at the beginning, of course, when they were controlling that sniper. That said, Ambitions did catch up and take the lead. Oh, that looked like a headshot, not going to quite land.
You saw a little crouch that slightly threw off Crispy Beck. It was also kind of an odd timing, seeing how that player already took the body shot. The whole point being is changing elevation when going up against a sniper.
Oh, Ebby has just got a hold of that sniper and it has taken down Linda. There's actually Collision coming in there with a perfect with his pistol. Is he going to be able to pick up a second? Not quite.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate. He's dropped down at just about the wrong time there. Sniper's going to be coming up in 30 seconds. And
that was bad, man. Like, all right, that was one of the situations where, you ever watch like cat videos on YouTube, man? You're like that cat's about to jump from dresser over to bed. It's so cute. Like, oh, he's about to get the overshield. Nope. Nope, just fell off. That's going viral on YouTube.
Oh, man, that's got to soak. But there's a couple of players lining up for 2B. Godly picks up the easy double in the back there. Is he going to be able to pick up a third as well? Going to blow up. Not going to quite happen for him, but good work by him to clean this up. There's 4 kills.
Keep in mind, this is all coming off of Godly's overshield. Godly got the overshield when, I believe his Lindez fell off. So regardless, it ended up working out okay for Reform, luckily. But whole point being is that could have been real bad if this overshield fell into the Ambition hands.
Well, man, it looks like we may be going to a game 3 for the first time.
Don't jinx it yet, man. Don't jinx it.
It's 4 kills in it at the moment for Reform. And it is really slowing down now. Ambition do not want to lose any. They have picked one up. It's 46 to 43.
Illusion did get the
pistol.
I feel like we're seeing Reform be a little too aggressive here. Godly has a sniper. Get over at Cinema Stairs or something, or get over like towards Cafe and just snipe towards Garden. Use the advantage of the sniper right now. I don't see why he needs to be that front man out with the BR, right? Let one of your teammates do that. Or was he out of ammo? He must have been because he dropped. I don't see a sniper in his back pocket unless he purposely dropped it for his teammate over here, Colossal. Look at.
We've seen him do things with this sniper so far.
No, back then might be new sniper. Either way, I've been way off this entire time.
On board with Colossal, who does now have the sniper. We formed a 1-0 down the series, but they're 4 kills away from winning. Make that now very close. It's a 2-kill game. Collision gets the kill onto 2B Godly. It's Colossal spotted the guy mid-map there. I don't think he's seen him.
I'm trying to get an 9 OS. OS has got to be up any second. This OS could very well decide the game.
Oh, big shot by Colossal. 3 kills away now. 45 mid at 48. Is he going to be up here in the second? Yes, he does. With the snapshot, they're 1 kill away. Reformed are going to win it. It's 1-1. We're going to third map.
First center within seconds.
Well, we are going to jump into this game. It is going to be Strongholds on Empire. This is the third and final map between these two teams. Whoever loses this map is going home, so it is all on the line for these two.
Yep. We've seen that they can go toe-to-toe in Slayer. We've seen that Ambition is more objective-oriented. We're going to have to see which one prevails here, the Slaying Squad or the objective efficiency of Ambition. So who do you want to jump on with at the very beginning?
You know, after the last game, Colossal, he was so good for Reform. Let's see what he can do in this Strongholds. And I said, let's see which team are going to be able to get a hold of that center point originally at the beginning. Picks up the BR here, and this is going to be a huge battle between these two.
And it looks like Reformed actually didn't even opt to grab their base right off the bat. They realized how important Pit is. And we're going to see Colossal come over here and try to help with that again. See, look at this. Both teams just vying for Pit, both doing as much as possible. And Scatter Shot is going to be one of those helpful weapons when it comes down to these close range encounters at bottom center.
Well, it's going to be such a big battle between these two teams. Straight in the middle here. Let's see what Illusion can do from this side. Is he going to be able to push in? And it is looking like it's going to go over to somebody. Not quite. Just reset there. And I think it was actually for Reformed, so they're not going to be able to get a hold of that there. Ambition trying to battle back at this moment in time. Both teams do have a hold of their base, but at this moment, neither has hold of the Pit. But there you go. It does go over to Reformed, and that is massive for them. Can they hold it down?
That is a huge play, as you said. Whole point being is not only is it so easy to do so much damage in Pit and actually get those kills, and here's one of the situations where you have top center and you have a choice of which base to go to. It looks like Reform is opting to grab blue base. Actually, it looks like they have to grab red base while going for Pit. And no, still not yet. And they got the reset in Pit. So the whole point being is, yes, you can do so much damage and easily get someone else out of Pit, but also at the same time, it's so easy to reset Pit once you have it. So even though Flexi Shot got, Pit 75% of the way done, it just took that ground pound of, I believe it was Crispy Beck, to just get that reset.
There you go, on board with Flexi Shot. What can he do here at this moment in time? Does pick up another kill. Actually, it was his teammates who got that in the end there. Is he going to push on, try and get hold of the red base? He's trying. He does currently have control of blue base here. Is that something you want to try and do, control red and blue base, or is it just too hard?
Red and blue base is a good idea to try to deter the team that has Pit. Because what's going to happen is, if a team has Pit, most of the time they're going to, basically concentrate all their efforts over at Pit. So running over to red or blue base, like I said, it diverts their efforts. Like, they do have to turn to a base and focus on it, but they also have to focus on the correct base. If they don't push toward red or blue at the right time with the right amount of numbers, they aren't going to be able to convert one of the bases back. So it's more so spreading your team out and creating opportunities.
Going massive there with a pistol. Good way by him. Is he going to pick up the triple? Not quite. And I understand what you're saying, where so they try and split the attention of the enemy team who have the Pit. And it's smart work. Flexi Shot is on an absolute tear at the moment. Blue base is being captured. He was over at red base not a minute ago. Captured that, picked up a couple of kills, ran through middle, got the overshield, got Pit, 3 capture. Now for Team Ambition. Great work by Flexi Shot.
Total domination right there, and it just seems like Flexi Shot is just running around the map, just being the aggressor, being offensive, because even when opponents were grabbing red base, Flexi Shot realized he was closer to blue base and decided to go for a cap here. And I'd like to see this contestation right here. And Scatter Shot says no. Who is that in the hands of? Looks like Lindez over at Blue Bend.
See what he can do with it though. They do actually contesting for Pit there. Illusion comes around the back though. It does take down Lindez, and lots of kills going to come in there for Team Ambition, who are currently in the lead. Reform seem to have had 2 points for most of the time, but that 3 capture by Ambition was massive for them. And it was all about Flexi Shot coming up with the big plays here, but SMG is out for Crispy Bag, just about missing the melee there. Goes down to Epi with the pistol. Flexi Shot, let's go on board with him once again. See what he can do to try and keep his team this lead. AR's out, big battle coming up here. Colossal does take him down with the SMG, close range. Still on board with him, was probably the star player in the last game for Reform. The grenade's not going to be good enough as Epi comes in there with the assault rifle kill. Big battles between both teams here, and it's still Ambition with the control.
Yes, and both these squads are trying to get that top center tower. They realize you have control of that, you have a better chance of either taking over Pit or defending Pit, and that's what both these squads are going for. They realize you can't just dive right in Pit. It's a death trap. You're basically asking to be killed if you try to just immediately go for Pit. So they're trying to get some surrounding control area before they actually go in Pit.
You see, Reform did get control of the base there, but they didn't keep it long enough. Like, we've seen FlexiShock go around and do that thing where they split it, but they lost it instantly, so they couldn't push for Pit at all, Reform. So
Overshield's got to be up soon because I see 3 members down in Pit, and I'm trying to see if anyone's got it, and it looks like Jacob Collision from Team Ambition, unsurprisingly, has this overshield because they had control of Pit and 3 members down in Pit.
Oh, he's in trouble though. Lots of shots being put in, and he should be able to pick up the kill. He does so onto Lindez with a headshot there.
Sorry, he uses get out of melee free card. So a lot of times when you have that overshield, it's like you mess up a little bit, or you go up to trade for melee. It's like, guess what I got? Yep, I can just use my free card, get out of that damage real quick, and win this one-on-one engagement.
Total control for Team Ambition, who are looking real good in this stronghold here. It was a bit of a shaky Team Slayer from them, but they were very, very good in the CTF. With all that pressure that was put onto them, they still walked away as winners. It's looking pretty good. Killing spree coming up for Jacob Collinson at this moment, defending Pit currently. They're actually just going to allow Reform to have that blue base. It doesn't matter to them. They are well and truly in the lead and in complete control. 18-19 is the score, and it's looking really, really good for Team Ambition at the moment. Reform need to form something here. They need to form a comeback because at this moment in time, it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, they got total domination right now. Now you got to wonder, did they spread themselves a little too thin? Because as of this moment, Ambition was actually losing all 3 strongholds for a split second. They were losing blue, they had someone contesting Pit, and someone contesting red. Well, luckily, they won 2 of those 3 engagements. They won the Pit battle, and they won red base. But that could have went, south really quickly.
And Crispy Beck's that's a really important kill. Linders is getting the kill on the Jacob Collinson, but it's 97-90. And then we got the scoring points are going to come up for Reform now. Can they hold on to the Pit? That's massive for them. They may be able to take this one away, but blue base is being captured. Linders needs to do something massive here. It's looking like it's going to go over to Team Ambition, who are now scoring. It's 98-22, and it's switched back now to Reformed, who are in control. 24 points for them on the board. Are they able to hold down Pit? But coming all the kills here for Ambition, who are now scoring on the board. They're going to walk away with it. That's massive by Lindez at the end with a triple. That's going to be 2.